Blades, welcome. It's another match preview. We are looking ahead to Arsenal versus Sheffield United at the Emirates Stadium Saturday, 3 p.m. in the Premier League. Arsenal, fresh from a trip to Seville. The Blades, fresher from a week of training. Rumours the Sheffield United training ground resemble the opening scene from the movie Saving Private Ryan have been refuted by director Steven Spielberg, who claimed that was ridiculous, insensitive and inaccurate. The filming of that movie resulted in far less injuries. The word arsenal means, in a dictionary definition, a collection of weapons. And following United's performances this season, that's exactly how I've referred to our team. And let's talk about our team. Sheffield United, we know, have captain John Egan out. 𝗂𝗏𝗄𝗏 is out. Midfielder Tom Davies is out for many months. Max Lowe has that ankle problem after tripping on a sprinkler. You can't make it up. Rhys Norrington-Davies has been out now for over a year. 𝗍𝗏𝗂𝗏, a muscular injury, could be in contention. 𝗂𝗏, we know, out from the previous game, doubtful. The Bosnian international missed Manchester United after picking up a supposed hamstring injury in training. Very frustrating, these kind of injuries. On the plus side, Ben Osborne made his return against Manchester United as a substitute. Anis Ben Slimani could be pushing for a start, and there's going to be a bit of sweating over the fitness of Ollie McBurnie. My lineup and formation that I'm going to share with you now, I used the FanHub app to do this. If you'd also like to predict your lineup, just like me, you can join the FanHub community with the link in the description, or by using the code SHE-YC5. SHE-YC5. It is free. So Sheffield United will likely stick with a back four. If you disagree or you have some ideas for the formation, drop them in the comments below. I expect, as we all do, Wes Foderingham to start in goal. Bogle, perhaps Baldock. Could he be ready? Has he arguably been the biggest miss of all the many injured players? Trusty, Robinson, Luke Thomas at left back, but Yasser Larouci has to be considered. I actually shared a video on Twitter of him going up against some lad called Salah, playing internationally, and not only tackling him, but doing a little bit of skill and taking the ball away from him. You know, maybe he's one that would be considered. He's sometimes looked bright when he's been brought on more than when he started. Sousa, Hamer, Norwood, McAtee. There's lots of options, lots to consider. Certainly in the midfield, there's more midfield options than anywhere else. Then you could look at Traore, but then do you think, is Brewster ready? So I'm going to say in the midfield, Norwood, Vinicius Sousa, Hamer, McAtee up front, Ryan Brewster, Cameron Archer. Of course, if McBurnie is fit, McBurnie definitely starts with Archer. Do you go McBurnie supporting Archer, get an extra body in midfield, such as Slimani or Osborne? There are plenty of choices. And listen to this, Sheffield United's lineup, what it could have been, and also a lineup you could arguably be just called the injured 11. At some point this season or currently, all of these players have been injured or rumoured to be injured. So you could have a Misser or Adam Davies in goal. They're kind of interchangeable. Baldock, Basham, Egan, 𝗂𝗏, Rhys Norrington-Davies, Tom Davies, Fleck, 𝗂𝗏𝗏𝗏, McBurnie, 𝗂𝗏𝗏𝗏. That still leaves room on a bench for Max Lowe, Larouci and Jebbison. Absolute joke and really quite depressing. An interesting side note, according to Team Talk, Sheffield United, Huddersfield Town and Barnsley are all closely monitoring the progress of 𝗍𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, a 21-year-old defender, currently plays for Bracknell Town and has played a crucial role in their journey to the first round of the FA Cup. We will keep an eye on that one. Have a look at my video on Ryan One, spelled O-N-E, on this channel to check out the last prospect the Blades brought in, also been involved on the bench in the Premier League. Sheff United Way is sponsored by Greene King Sport, where football is more than a game. It is, of course, a huge weekend again of Premier League action. And we are so delighted to be bringing you our sponsorship agreement with Greene King Sport. And you can download their app if you've not downloaded it before. have a go at that. Have a look what they've got. Head to the App Store, download the Green King Sports app. And we're going to look at opposition team news now. Arsenal beat Sevilla 2-1 in midweek, but 𝗍𝗿𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂 went off with a suspected hamstring injury. They held firm to secure a victory, and that moves them top of Group B. But Mikel Arteta, the Arsenal manager, confirmed after the match that 𝗍𝗿𝗂𝗂𝗂 went off late with an injury, so will likely face a spell on the sidelines. Arsenal lined up that game with Ramsdale again left out, David Raya in between the sticks, Ben White, Tomiyasu in for the benched Zinchenko from their previous match away at Chelsea, a 2-2 draw. Gabriel and Saliba at the back. It was a 4-3-3. Odegaard, Rice, Jorginho in midfield. Saka, the now injured Jesus, and Martinelli up top. Eddie Nketiah could come into the side. Of course, other players to consider. Trossard, Emil Smith-Rowe, Kai Havertz. They'll all be pushing for starts. The referee is brought to you by 𝗵𝗵𝗄𝗃, a virtual band. Many of their members are Blades. There's even songs featured about Sheffield. 𝗬𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂 is about a trip back to Sheffield in between lockdowns. 𝗵𝗵𝗄𝗃.com for more. The referee for Arsenal Sheffield United is Tim Robinson from West Sussex. Last season, he took charge of 42 games. He gave 164 yellows. That's on the high side. 8 red cards. That's on the high side. 6 of those were second yellows. And he only gave 6 penalties, which is on the low side. Watch the last video I did to see the referee before. I think it was Michael Oliver who gave, I think it was almost double that. But anyway, that's by the by, because this is who we've got this time round, Tim Robinson. He last refereed United's 3-2 FA Cup win. What a memorable win against Blackburn Rovers, which set up that semi against 𝗍𝗂𝗂𝗂. That was in March 2023. Interestingly, he was also the man in the middle for 𝗍𝗫𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗃𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 a 1-0 defeat. We were also playing 4 at the back in that match as well. And this referee, Tim Robinson, was in charge for our 2-0 win against Ipswich, which sealed the return to the Premier League back in 2019. Forget the maths. Let's look at player connections. Aaron Ramsdale, of course, has played for Sheffield United and Arsenal. Scott Marshall, on loan defender. I remember playing for the Blades back in the day. Wilf Rostron. And we can't count Austin Trusty. If you're sat shouting Austin Trusty, he never made an appearance for Arsenal. You can't have Charlie Hartfield for the same reason. You can't have John Halls for the same reason. So how about Richard Wright? Who else can you think of? There aren't too many that I could think of. That's it. So if you want to let me know. Big shout out to our members. If you'd like to support us, click join as you watch on YouTube. Now, StatCat. The Blades have won 2 of 10 previous Premier League meetings against Arsenal, both 1-0, drawing 4, weirdly all 1-1. Since the inception of the Premier League, we've played 9 cup games against Arsenal, or if you want to sound southern, the Arsenal, 7 FA and 2 League Cup games, and only 10 league games. So we have drawn them in the cup. It feels like a lot. There's been some memorable ones as well. Take them off, Brucey. Take them off. Arsenal unbeaten in the last 36 Premier League games against promoted sides at home. A daunting near entire season worth of statage there. Again, thanks to Statman Adam for providing these. Arsenal have kept the most clean sheets this season in the Premier League. 4. How many have we kept? Doesn't matter. More of the fighting spirit, though. Let's have more of that. Let's actually outrun, outfight, and even at times outplay this superior opposition. Yeah, it'll be backs to the wall. Of course it will. But we showed against some of the big boys already we can defend well for large portions of the game. The question will be, can we stay switched on for 90-plus minutes? And it really is 90-plus minutes. Using our subs well, that's got to be done. It's been frustrating this season. Being brave on the ball, being clever in possession when the time calls for both of those. I'm saying, best case scenario, 1-0. The last time we won away at Arsenal was the 24th of August, 1971. But I do remember a John Fleck-inspired 1-0 slightly more recently. Let me know your score prediction in the comments. Subscribe, please, to the channel and subscribe to our audio podcast because that's a lot of work. I remember anyone can cheer for a team that's doing well, but it's a team that's struggling that we need to get behind. So, as I always say when I finish these videos, up the Blades. I need a cool sign-off. I need a cool sign-off that's like something that's the same for every video, I think.